in your game, there may come a time you want one of your objects to change from one sprite to another because of a collision or because of contact or because of a power-up situation. For multiple reasons you might want to do this. We're going to create a simple example of this. We're going to open up our player object here, and we're going to say that when I press right, I want it to change to one sprite, a different sprite. Then when I release right, I want it to change back to the regular sprite. So I'm going to have to go up here and create the new sprite. So I'm going to go up here to my player sprite, and I'm going to go ahead and shortcut this a little bit. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to go ahead and use my select tool here, and I'm going to copy this object to the clipboard using the little copy image to the clipboard. Say okay, okay, okay. Then I'm going to create a new sprite. I'm going to name my sprite something I can remember it by. I'm going to call it player underscore right. I'm going to edit my sprite. Double click on this. I'm going to zoom in, and then I'm going to use this little shortcut right here. I'm going to load image from the clipboard. I'm going to move it down a little bit here. There we go. So it's centered in the same place. Then I'm going to go ahead and use my paint bucket here, and I'm going to change it to, let's say I want it to be bright red when it goes to the right. There we go. There's my preview. Click our green checkbox, click OK. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to center my object. The origin point on my other object is the center, so I want this to match up as well. So move in the same way. We'll click OK. We'll go back to our player object. So the first thing we're going to have to do is when we press right, we're going to have to change the sprite. It's under main 1 over here for actions. Bring in this change sprite. We just choose our player right sprite and say OK. Now if we want him to stay this way, say we would just click OK, but we want it to change back when we let go of right. So we're going to say release right, change sprite, and we're going to change it back to the regular player sprite. Click OK. Click OK to save it. Save our game, and we'll go ahead and test it out. Alright, so we've got our game here. You'll notice when we go left, we jump, player stays the same. When we go right, player changes. When we release right, player goes back to regular sprite. There you go. That's just a quick example of using the change sprite.